never ends. This is Timeless Talk. I'm your host, AJ. That's your co-host, Furious. And we're back for another beautiful episode of Timeless Talk. Yeah. All right, so we're back for season 5, episode 9. All right, Furious, we got 5 more episodes after this?
For sure.
6 more. No, 7 more. Well, I can't count today. 16, bro. We're stopping at 16. All right. That's usually when we stop at the end of the season. First of all, I want to say to y'all, I do apologize for us missing a couple weeks. It's not because of Furious. It's because of me. Got a lot of personal issues going on right now, but maybe not issues. I'll call them personal setbacks, right? Is that a good way to put it, Furious? Got some personal setbacks I've been dealing with, so no excuse. Sorry that this hasn't been the weekly podcast that it normally is. We're going to get it back to you guys again, starting weekly. We're going to finally try to stick to this schedule. You know, it is what it is, but, you know, with all the fires going on and the personal stuff going on, the set we're on today is actually my man cave. It's downstairs from the set, the actual set, but me and Furious figured, fuck it, let's record in here today. Kind of a cool little change of location, change of scenery, right, if you will. Mm-hmm. But yeah, man, it's been a okay year so far. Today's topic is actually going to be about Mars. We're going to talk about some space shit today. Some allegations and some old FBI files that were released on Christmas Day. We're going to discuss that. It has to do with the planet Mars and this person's account of what happened on that planet, right? Or his reports of it, right? Yeah. To an FBI agent. Seriously, it's kind of funny. We're going to talk about that first, and then we're going to dive into what's the second topic of the night, Mr. Furious.
No, just the Senate hearing on the UFOs.
Loaded episode, y'all. We're gonna try to fit as much into it. At least in this episode, we might do a part 2, depending on where this goes. Right? We'll have to see. All right, man. So, man. All right, I'll start us off, bro. You know, in this world, it's kind of our governments. Every government, I'm sure, has secrets, right? Yeah. So as we dive into it, this is also conspiracy. I don't have the X-Files song because I don't want to get us sued or anything. So we have to roll with this one. Yo, bro. What are your honest, before I even jump into it, Furious, when we talked about this off the record,
right? What
did you think? Because you had a big ass shit-eating grin on your face when I told you I wanted to talk about this. And shout out to B Money, by the way. He's the one that DM'd me with the information to talk about today's episode.
Right.
So, what were your initial thoughts when I ran that shit by you and sent it to you? Like, hey, bro, what do you think about talking about this in the pod?
I recalled, reading about it like a while back, like a few years,
Yeah.
And it just when I heard about it again, I had to revisit the documents in question, and yeah, I thought it was pretty funny. Like it's interesting.
To bring it up again too, right? You're like, what the hell?
That shit was amusing. Just like reading it again, I'm just like.
So do you want to tell them what you honestly think right out the gate, or do you want to go over the topic first?
You can talk. I'll say, oh well. Nah, yeah.
Just tell them, bro. Go ahead.
Man. No, man, talk about it first. It's better. Talk about it first, and
should I show them the clip?
Yeah.
Should I show them that clip? We just go to the clip real quick.
Show them the clip, even just describe the clip, I guess. Too.
Okay, so I'll show them the clip real quick, and then when we come back, we'll go over it with you guys.
Yeah.
It'd be crazy if the CIA just released documents, like on Christmas Day, saying that there were aliens and pyramids on Mars. Yeah, so secret files reveal pyramids and people were on Mars way back, decades ago. Hidden deep in the declassified CIA files is Mars Exploration, May 22nd, 1984, a project aiming to uncover Mars mysteries. Wouldn't it be crazy if the CIA agents used astral projection in order to see what was going on Mars? For anyone unaware, earlier this year, the CIA released a file saying that astral projection's real and we're pretty much living in a simulation. Just accept it, let's move on. A participant described large pyramids on Mars. And they encountered very tall, thin people, giants, Nephilim, who knows? And apparently these Anunnaki individuals fled Mars. This was all part of Project Stargate. Have yourselves a Merry Christmas.
And we're back. Wait, I was just saying, we're back. All right, so shout out to News Updates for Real. I want to give the guy credit for using his video. But all right, so what do you think, Mr. Furious? Go ahead. You start us off.
First off, I think the way that he was coming off was just like, it's like, bro, like you're saying it like you're there, like you're seeing evidence.
He's
like,
describing it like it was him that had the experience.
Yeah, he's like,
yeah, I got the same.
He's like, oh, this is this, so therefore this is this, and it's like,
what if it is those things?
It sounded the way that he's saying it. He's kind of embellishing it a little bit because that's not. First off, you have to.
Sorry, that was my bad.
It's like first off, you have to give the proof that astral projection is possible. Like there has to be, if it can't be measured, there's no way that you can really prove that shit. You know, like you have to, like just you perceiving it like yourself doesn't prove it for freaking someone else. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're the only one that has that ability, how is this person going to be aware of that? You'd have to do a different test to prove it. Not that can't be the first test. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it's on Mars. Like what the fuck? No. How about this? How many fingers do I have up right now?
Yeah, that's fair.
What am I thinking right now? Some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like why are you? Oh, we're going to Mars already?
That's true. Well, I mean, here's the thing though. Those files have to have some accuracy in them, right? Or is it all bullshit?
What
you think?
accuracy for what?
Oh, that's true. For telling the truth, there's no one holding them accountable. They're claiming these are FBI files too.
No, I'm not saying that they're not. Look, there's people, there's like magicians, right? Or people that I know back in the day, right? Where they said that they were like telekinetic, right? They could move things with their minds, right? And they would be studied by scientists, right? There's some old video of this woman, right? That claimed to be telekinetic. She might have been very slightly like half of a billionth of a fucking like percent.
So you think it's actually doable, telekinesis?
Who the fuck knows? Possibly, but at this time, no. Okay. So, anyways, you see,
because this was in the 80s, right? This is from the 80s.
No. So this video, I think it was from like the 50s or the 40s, one of those, right?
Well, not the one we just showed, but
no, not that one. But just to, I'm trying to,
yeah, sorry, go
say
ahead.
like how I'm trying to relate, how you can't just make a claim because
it sounds
convincing, right?
Yeah.
So. This person was supposed to be.
Was he reading that person's experience though, the participants, or was he just?
He might have, but it sounds like he was embellishing.
Yeah.
Okay, but to go back to what I'm talking about
go ahead.
About the telekinetic, right? So
yeah, sorry, I'm gonna get sidetracked.
On this video, she's here like trying to move this coin, right, or this like metal object. She's trying to move it. She's doing some weird ass motion, trying to move this shit for fucking like forever. Yeah, it's just not moving at all, bro. Okay, and the scientist is there, like he's there, just like watching.
Wait, she's doing a lot of hand movements.
And the scientists are they're studying her, right?
Okay,
because scientists take that shit seriously. They're like, okay, you can move
no for
with your
sure.
mind and do it.
Show us, yeah.
So she's doing this shit.
So
she's not moving.
Did they call her out on her bullshit? They're like,
I'm not saying no. They probably who knows, but the shit was not moving, right? But I'm saying that study probably went into a paper.
It probably did.
It got filed. Right, so
back to this. Going with this.
There was a CIA. The CIA did investigate. Okay, if you can, in fact, because this person,
I see where you're going with this. Though
this subject was probably claiming that he could do something, possibly, right? Let's just say
possibly.
He's
yes.
claiming that he can do something at the same time that they're conducting this type of experiment we're trying to investigate astral projection, telekinesis, clairvoyance, right? Whatever.
Yeah.
Because astral projection, in this sense, would be a form of clairvoyance for this person because he's trying to recall and time travel because he's going to time places. And
so he claims.
You know what I'm saying? Exactly.
Yeah.
So he's saying this shit. The guy's asking him questions, and it's like you didn't give him an initial test to prove it first.
Yeah.
You're just assuming, oh, take us there. Such subject documented, yada yada yada. But that's how that's on paper what it is. This guy is just making it seem like that means that there's pyramids. And it's like, who knows? Maybe there is, but that's not the way that you prove that shit.
And you're right. It's not. Now, let me ask you this. Because in that video, obviously, he didn't do that. Did you catch inside the video as well, though, in the clip we just showed? Did you catch how he was like, the government presented this to us and said, we're basically living in a simulation. Just accept it. Did you catch that part? Just accept it. Now, maybe I'm taking it out of context. I probably got to rewatch that shit just to make sure. But
No, I heard him say simulation. I didn't hear the last part. That's just a joke, bro.
Okay, yeah.
It's just part of the joke. It's just like, oh, like we're fucked.
Okay, that's basically what he's saying.
That's what he's saying.
Okay, so when he said, okay, so that's your
He's just been saying like, oh, like it's like a tongue in cheek. It's just a joke.
Okay, so don't take that part so literally.
Who is he?
He's someone that's reporting.
Just accept it.
He's someone that's reporting the FBI file that was released to us in December, sir.
Man,
that's who he is.
Look, there was definitely a file.
Cheers, by the way. I didn't cheers you. This time we're not gonna spill on the fucking like in the last episode.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Look, there was definitely a file, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it was filed under bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying, man. Like that shit.
It was filed under bullshit.
Because just reading those documents, right? Reading those documents, 'cause, you know, off the record, right?
Yeah.
Reading those documents. I'm like, you heard me reading them, right? The way that he's answering the questions is like, okay, you're imagining something. Like how else do you keep a lie going? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's a good question.
You know what I'm saying?
You can't. I mean, well, you can. You can lie more.
He's describing things the way. That's what I would do if I wanted to keep
Protect
the mystery
a lie?
going. Like, oh, like
I mean,
I see bright light and a bluish flame, you know, or something.
Yeah.
Some bullshit. Like,
and that's actually the next thing. I'm glad you're describing it the way you're reading it right now, because that's probably how the participant worded his words in that
right
in that interview, right? Which you have.
Right.
You mind paraphrasing the interview for the audience here, our viewers and listeners?
So,
I mean, because we went over right now briefly with me before.
So basically, okay, in the beginning, so the interviewer's asking the subject.
You kind of were giving the accent already. Yeah. So go ahead, sorry.
The subject, he's telling him that he's going to be recalling some events from a certain time period. Let me just pull it up.
Yeah, but that's what I was going to say. Just pull it up, bro, so we can reference it. But Furious is about to give us a quick little, I guess, summarized version or a Cliff Note version.
Yeah, so
go ahead, let's hear this, man. But basically, tell them the gist of. And now, just to give them some backstory, real quick, this gentleman is the guy that's from the Astral Project that this guy was talking about, right? In this last clip.
Yep.
Right? And this is the person that supposedly went to Mars. Did he physically go there, or did he just see a projection of it?
Astral projected.
Oh, wow. Okay, see, now we're...
Okay.
That's right, okay,
The
yeah.
experiment is being conducted in person, so this is the gist of it, okay? This is how it starts, but this is where they should have done the test.
Okay, let's hear this. Go ahead.
They say, so the guy, this is a description of the scene. Sealed envelope coupled with geographic coordinates. The sealed envelope was given to the subject immediately prior to the interview. The envelope was not opened until after the interview. In the envelope was a 3x5 card with the following information: the planet Mars, time of interest approximately 1 million years BC.
Wow.
So that's the information in a closed envelope. Okay. Envelope was closed. Okay. Yeah. What he should have, the first test should have been, what does this envelope say?
Yeah.
That's the first, that's to me, in my opinion.
Yeah.
That should be the first question.
No, I agree.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what should have been the first question.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So they didn't do that though. Okay. So
of course not.
So then it goes on to say, selected geographic coordinates provided by the parties requesting the information were verbally given to the subject during the interview, and to give them some coordinates. And the interviewer, he let me see. Okay, the interviewer asked him now to using the envelope, focus on the coordinates. So the subject, he starts giving him a description of, what he's seeing. And one of the first things that he says is he sees a pyramid. Okay. Now, I'm not.
And this is a giant pyramid that's supposed to be on Mars.
This is a pyramid that's supposed to be on fucking Mars. Okay. And it's like, I get it. Okay. You're being tested, but it's like, if you don't see what's even if you are seeing something, what is it to prove. There's no one there on Mars to check if there's a pyramid. There's no one there, and of course,
this is what he supposedly saw first, right? So my question is, how is he seeing it? What's giving them the projection?
It's within him. It's his perception. So astral projection.
Yeah, how does it work?
It's basically it's like so you know how your awareness is like in your head.
Yeah.
Right. You know, like how when you dream, you can kind of go different places, but you're still in your body. Yeah. Right. So astral projection is kind of like that.
So he was asleep then. His soul left his body, type of thing.
In essence. Okay. Right. Or a part of his consciousness. Was able to travel that vast distance and observe that. Right.
Okay.
But in this interview, the guys asked him to go before this time, right? Or go before this time or after this time. And he's naming like time and dates, and it's like, okay, this person's describing a period of time on this planet.
Was he witnessing this live while they were asking these questions? Witnessing it, supposedly?
Apparently.
Okay, so I get it. So this was like an interrogation, but during the experience.
Right, but the knowledge.
What do you see now? Type of shit. Right,
but it's not like they had prongs hooked up to his freaking brain, seeing a projection on the screen. Like,
damn, that would have been definitive right there.
You know what I mean? That would at least give us a glimpse.
Yeah.
Right, but you're just going off what the person's telling you. You know, and the person is describing.
Okay, now I see why it's hard for credibility.
You know, and this person he's describing this stuff like, oh yeah, I
really saw that.
I see tall beings. And they're dressed with fitted clothes. Like, okay, around this time, Star Trek's already been out. Star Wars has already been out. Okay.
Yeah.
You have a reference point for
having imagination. Coming up with some shit on the spot.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to make it seem like
downplay what he's saying.
No credibility at all, but it just sounds a little too far fetched. Like, because they're just going off his word, and like that's the one. CIA, bro. If it came down to a crime, okay, not to compare the two, but I guess I have to. When it comes down to fucking crime, right? Yeah. They're not just taking your word for it. It's the evidence.
It is the evidence.
You know what I'm saying? And where's the evidence that his astral projection is real?
Well, you can prove.
You know what I'm saying? So they should have literally been asked him like, hey, how many fingers I got up? You know?
Yeah, because then
what's in the box?
Yeah.
What's in the safe?
And if you're in that state of mind, supposedly, you can see through things too, right?
Right.
Let me ask you something, bro. For this projection, right, that they claim is real, is it a fucking drug? Is it a mechanism? Is it just an experience you have while you're sleeping? Like, what is there anything you got to take or wear to do this?
Astral projection. I'm not saying it's not
for astral projection.
It's impossible. I think it's possible. It's more likely when you're asleep, though.
Exactly. So because it's like, so this guy's claiming he's able to go into that realm while still awake.
There's no way to prove that though. Like, okay, the reason why
I'm saying. So what was the setting then? Does it describe it there?
It doesn't describe the setting. Oh, okay. It just describes. I
FBI talking to
gave subject envelope with certain coordinates is closed. It's not saying subject is sitting in a white room. It doesn't say that. He probably was in a room, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, it just doesn't.
It doesn't disclose if he's wearing any headgear. It doesn't disclose if he's wearing any shades.
It's just a document. Just because it's a document, just because it's a documented occurrence, does not necessarily mean that it means that the latter is true around that, right? So in this case, it doesn't mean that aliens aren't real. It doesn't mean that, right? But however, a civilization on Mars, the way this person is describing it, because he's perceiving it from a different time, like there's no way for us to corroborate that. There's no way for us to prove that. Who knows? Maybe it is true, right? But there's no way to be like, he's right.
Yeah. There's no definitive way.
Yeah, and just be like, oh. And then the
guy
crazy.
Said he did all this too without being definitive. That's the wild part, yeah.
And it's like, even like with, what's it called? Dr. Sabi, right?
Yeah.
You know how they say that he cured AIDS or whatever, right?
They say.
Okay? Because there's a court
allegedly.
Document. There's a document that says that he was let off.
Allegedly. What was he? He was murdered too, wasn't he?
Apparently.
In court, yeah.
I don't know. But I know that when he had his case, I know he had to bring in patients and all that stuff for people to like vouch for him or whatever. And then he was let off, right?
The vouch that he actually cured it.
He was let off. But the thing is that he wasn't they didn't go at him for the claim that it was for him for practicing without a license.
Or
something like that. It was something else. So it doesn't mean just because that he was let off that he cured.
That he cured anything.
You know what I'm saying? Though, like he did promote
I heard he also spoke against certain,
like good, eating and stuff like that. And,
yeah,
there is stuff.
Speaking, no, yeah,
I just don't think that he cured it, because if that was the case, you would have people go, like, it would be a fucking phenomenon. You know what I'm saying? It would be one of those things where people are on the news about it. Like, people are.
It'd be so.
the
pharmaceuticals would be hot though, bro.
It would be crazy.
Yeah.
But
that person's dead for sure. Then, right? The person who found the cure completely dead.
I mean, they've already cured like 2 people, I think,
of cancer.
No, of AIDS.
Oh shit! Yeah.
HIV. Well, but that's only from
for sure. Magic Johnson don't got it no more.
No, he got it, bro. Look,
he still has it.
Yeah.
The rumor is that he's supposed to be got healed.
Nah.
He got the fucking miracle drug.
I'm pretty sure he's probably in line to get it. I don't think he fucking got it yet, though. Because
he's doing some type of prevention.
The first people, no, he's taking pills for it, yeah. But there's the first one, the first person to get healed by it. They did it by transferring immunity from a person who was immune naturally.
Well, that's wild.
So that's what that's all it was. It was just he has immunity against it.
I see.
That was the cure. That's the cure. There's no pill that's going to kill it. The pill is just going to suppress it. But you having the gene to be immune to it, you're not going to get it.
Yeah.
So that's what it's and there's a long line for that shit. Long line.
But there is a line though.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
But okay, backtracking, right? Mm-hmm. So
sorry, back to where we were.
What the fuck were we talking about?
The astral, the fucking
astral projection, right?
Astral projection.
So there's like
the fuck
so like we all okay. The reason why I believe in astral projection, right? We all dream, right? And the reason why we can say we all dream is because we all, even though we haven't been in each other's heads, we understand that we have visions when we're sleeping, right? We can all relate with that. So
dreams or visions,
that more or less is true, right?
Yeah.
Now, when it comes to astral projection, to go to places like in real time, you know what I'm saying?
Like they're claiming.
Not when you're sleeping, because when you're sleeping, I think that you can go to places. You're just not going to be aware that you're in that area.
Yeah.
But if you're astral projection, that signifies a more deliberate form of like control. You know what I'm saying? Meaning you're adept in this skill, right? So if that's the case, what's in the box? Right? What's in the safe?
You should be able to see through everything. Like you were saying, back to what we were saying, backtracking. Exactly. So if you want to continue what goes on, so he saw big pyramids, right?
Then he saw tall, gray figures.
Mm-hmm. And these are aliens that he was seeing, right?
Yeah.
That he
and
claims.
He said they had fitted clothes, and he's describing like he's just describing a place, a planet, a barren place, a mysterious place. That's like, because there's a lot of times where he can't describe anything. And in my opinion, I'm like, he's just running out of shit to say, but
it's true. Because how could you not describe what's right in front of your face?
But maybe
he was seeing something. I was about to say
intense.
That. Maybe it's so intense. Oh my gosh.
You know what I'm saying?
So my thing is, maybe it is, bro. Maybe. This doesn't happen to everybody, right? It doesn't. It usually happens to people that don't have an expanded vocabulary. Sure. But you ever been in a situation, this has happened to everybody, you included, I'm sure. You ever been in a situation where you have a hard time describing what you're looking at? It doesn't happen often, I'm sure.
Not really.
Never?
Where I have a hard time describing, like,
it would have to be really, really strange looking, right? For you to run out of descriptive. I'm the same way though. I would find ways, like, that's like saying like a furry ball, like I was saying, like one physical. Let's say like, okay, I'm seeing this weird cube or tetrahedron. I'm seeing a triangle, a floating triangle that's glowing orange, and now it's glowing gray, and meaning I would be able to tell whoever, you know what I'm saying? This is what I'm fucking actively seeing, right? And I would say, exactly, this is what I'm actively seeing. So it's kind of hard to believe, right? That you're like, I don't know what to really describe what I'm looking at. Yeah, you do.
You can describe it.
You could. I mean, unless your vocabulary is very, 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 very short ended, like, but most people can describe what they're seeing, right? Yeah. Shapes or individuals, or like if I saw a weird creature, bro. Like, let's just say I like a tall, skinny man, bro. I would have been like, I got Slender Man standing in front of me, bro. I would have made a joke out of it, probably. What do you mean? Do you have the actual Slender Man? No, bro. Okay, I'm joking, but something that looks like it might be a Slender Man looking motherfucker. Fool got long ass fingers. You know what I'm saying? He's tall. Mm-hmm. Because I'm a very creative person. I'm sure you are too. I can come up with some shit on the spot, bro.
Yeah.
Everybody can. It's not hard to do. Maybe for some individuals it might be, but that sounds so believable the way you put that shit. Yeah. Like, bro just probably ran out of shit to say. Like, and that's probably what it was, man. I don't put it past this government, man. They lie to us about a lot of shit. So
I mean, just because
it's an FBI file documented,
just because the document doesn't mean it doesn't.
And you made a good point. Like going back to what you just said about the telekinesis story. That was documented, right? You said, like, just because that bullshit was documented doesn't mean, right? Like, so they just as much as they document heavily classified crazy shit, they're going to document the failed experiments too.
It's
the bullshit, like you said.
It's just a record.
Just because it's
that they've looked into it. That's it.
So essentially,
it's true.
Exactly. I digress. So my point,
the results bore any fruit.
Facts. I was about to say. So I digress. My point being, right? I'm only saying that to prove your point. It doesn't matter what it is. It just because it was documented doesn't necessarily mean it's factual or they have proof of anything. Or
it just proves that they're curious about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like, the other subject that we're going to talk about, that's proof.
We're going to get into that right now in a second.
You know what I'm saying?
No, I can't wait to get into that. So that's why I wanted to cover this one first, the Astral one, because that one's like you're going based off of.
That's someone's testimony. Yes. Like, doesn't mean
that has some relevance, or it has some, what's the word I'm looking for? It has some weight to it.
It has some, it does.
Credibility.
It can, right?
It has some credibility to it.
Because ultimately,
to a degree,
we're not going to know what the hell he's seen, right? You're not going to know.
However, you can't know definitively. However, unless you're him.
They should have conducted a test to really, really make sure that he has the skills that he says he has. Don't just be running an experiment without testing. Like, that doesn't prove anything.
It doesn't.
You describing me. Look, if someone, let's say I hear a conversation, right, about people talking about their ghost stories, right? Mm-hmm. I've never been through paranormal shit, right? Mm-hmm. But I've watched plenty of paranormal movies, right? Mm-hmm. I'm a creative person, whatever, right? And I want to
make up all kinds of shit.
I want to get into the conversation and be like, you know what? I could really, say I've been through some shit too, Yeah. But I can embellish it. I can add things to it. I can add things to that scene. I can capitalize off those ideas and make
you can beef it up to make it sound crazier than what it really is.
Like, what, you really have? I'm like, yeah, man. And knowing the whole time, I'm like, I've never been through shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that happens. It happens. People don't.
It does happen.
It happens,
and that's what makes it a little more
sketch
to make it believable. I agree.
It's sketchy.
You want to refill yet, or are you good?
I'm good right now.
All right, cool. But anyway, no, it makes it more sketch. I agree with you.
Yeah, and that's the thing why, like, when it comes to that stuff, you have to test that shit. Like you have to. Like if someone's saying, okay, let's say if someone's saying that they can catch lobs, right?
Yeah,
and dunk or whatever, then they should be able to dunk regular.
That's true. They should be able to do it with.
So when they're called to to perform, it shouldn't be
effortless.
It shouldn't be an issue. It shouldn't be like, oh, like my legs hurting.
I'm not really feeling it today, coach. Like, nah, bro, fuck you. You should be able to. Yeah.
Like the one thing with the test with the woman with the psychic shit.
Yeah.
She at least went out to do the fucking test.
Yeah.
So there's validity with
obviously
that.
She went into
it because she's actually she believes that she has the
power to do it,
ability. You know what I'm saying? So with that, I understand that. You know what I'm saying? In this instance, she's being tested right then and there.
Yeah.
She's being tested live actively. On the spot. This guy, he's not being tested. He's just being asked questions. And he's answering them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But they're not testing him.
So, but
it's a very subjective type of interview. Where it's up to him.
And I have one more question for you about it. When you're reading that article, right? Does it disclose in there whether he actually like explained how he got to Mars or why that's what he was watching, or did it just appear in front of him? He was just there.
Okay. They didn't. It was I went through a tunnel, a wormhole,
and I got there this way.
Nothing like that. Oh, I see a pyramid. Oh.
How did they know it was Mars? How did they know it wasn't the fucking Egyptian desert?
Come on.
You see what I'm saying?
But it's because it's documented. But the thing is, most people will go to read it, right? I think people with with decent common sense are gonna pick up on it and be like, this shit doesn't prove shit.
And it's funny because like speaking of again, not to shit on the guy's video, the clip we used in the podcast today, but you saw everything from the music to how he was addressing it. It's like selling you. It wants you to feel creeped out.
Oh yeah.
I want you to feel it kind of as you watch the video, like, oh, you know, and then as you're, now he has your attention and he has you like, oh, your vibe is like fucked up because of the music and all that. Then he's gonna sell it to you with how he reads it to you.
Yep.
And it sounds creepy. It is it was unsettling. Like when he was talking about the Nephilims and the fucking tall giants and shit.
But he
started getting biblical with it.
He added it though. Nephilim wasn't in the document.
I don't know. He added it for context, basically.
Yeah, all the subject said was tall beings. Tall figures. That's
he didn't go into detail either.
He didn't say Nephilim. He didn't say angels. Like this guy's embellishing.
Yeah, he's adding shit
to make it more convincing. You know what I'm saying? And it's the thing is, okay, if that's, I mean, I don't know why he.
Or is that just his interpretation of it?
It's a shitty one. You know, he should.
That's the very.
He might as well because he might as well have just gone off the videos that are out now. You know what I'm saying?
True.
Like there's actual.
No, that's true.
Because that doesn't mean aliens. They do exist. No doubt. In my opinion, they fucking.
I do.
Exist.
I feel like they exist
believe in that shit. I just don't believe in that individual's astral projection.
Because
that's just it. Okay, it doesn't mean
he's like
that the shit's. I don't believe that he can do that shit. That's it.
He said that.
I think there are definitely aliens and more intelligent beings. I definitely think that that's for sure. Is a possibility. It may not be likely that we run across them, you know, like a whole civilization, but they do exist. That's what I do believe.
I do too. Sorry, bro. I'm not learning that the laugh track wasn't for the fucking what you were saying. It was for the fact that you were making fun of this person's astral projection. I don't believe in that shit.
I know, bro. It just seems
far-fetched, too far-fetched.
He had his fucking 15 minutes of fame, you know. He's like, man, I was studied by the CIA. You know, like now he can tell that story.
Of course,
you know,
he can tell the shit out of that story.
You know, like, man, they brought me in for picking questions.
Bro, you have no idea.
I saw it.
I saw it, bro. It's what I physically went through.
You know, and hey,
it says
it's true, it's true. But what's in the box?
What's in the box?
It doesn't work like that. Oh, okay,
is that reference?
You can go to a fucking whole nother planet and see pyramids and shit in a different time, timeline.
Where did you get that, bro? I have to ask you. It's funny because you're right. Yeah. Where did you get that the reference? What's in the box? Is that from Seven?
No.
What's in the box? Yeah, actually, have you seen Seven?
Seven? Oh, with Kevin Spacey?
Yeah. No. Yeah. He's a bad guy.
Yeah, I watched that shit. It's just the fucking head.
The head. Hey, spoiler. If you guys haven't seen that movie by now, you should definitely watch it. It's great. It has Brad Pitt, Morgan Freeman, and
he knew it.
The bad guy's Kevin Spacey.
He knew it because it was his fucking wife.
Bro, he knew it. And when he was like, remember, he was like, sorry guys, off topic, but he was like, don't do it. Remember, Morgan Freeman was like, bro, he's like, I'm telling you, I know you want to do it. He's like, what's in the box? He's like, envy. I envied your life and your wife. Bro, I would have lost my shit too. Imagine, okay, you just lost your wife and your unborn. Her head's, man, there's three fucked up things in this situation, right? That they cover. Not only did he murder his wife, okay, her head was in that box that he mailed to them, right? And that's like Morgan Freeman opened it, was like, oh fuck, don't look in this fucking box, you know? Morgan Freeman, he sees it, he's like, fuck, whatever you do, don't look in that box. He's like, what's in the box? So when you kept saying what's in the box, I kept thinking of that scene, you know? Yeah. That's why we mentioned the movie, guys. But anyway, good movie. Yeah. Well, maybe we'll have an episode dedicated to psychology about it.
That's not why I asked what's in the box.
Sorry, I know. Okay. Sorry, I know. So you're saying like, show me then. Where's the proof?
Yeah, proof,
basically, essentially.
You know like, yeah, because astral projection. That's a serious claim. You know what I'm saying? That's a clairvoyant ability.
No, for sure.
And that type of claim, I'm not saying people don't have that ability, but you should be able to prove it.
I agree.
To an extent.
Especially if you're going to claim it.
Hell yeah.
If you're going to claim it, you should have some proof.
Yeah, because there's no reason why they just dragged him in there to do the interview. Because they don't even have his name.
Doesn't make sense.
You know what I mean? So.
And why that? Oh, because I'm the participant. I experienced it, so take my word for it. Take my word for it, Furious. I had astral projection right now before the show. There was giant space monkey flying elephants outside my apartment building.
Now, see, this is how this is how like that shit would actually be fucking spooky, right?
Yeah.
Is if let's say that you did have that
I went in a comical way with it, but yeah.
But let's say that like you did have that ability, right?
Yeah.
or let's say I had it, right?
That low key be scary as fuck, bro.
Right?
Close my eyes and I see some shit right up to the wall.
And let's say that you go back into your spot, right? And you ask me, let's say I have the ability, right? And you're like, hey, like, what am I doing right now? And I'm like, you're changing channels on the TV, and you're fucking changing channels on the TV.
Bro.
You know what I'm saying? Or like, hey, man,
so
like,
you almost through time and space.
That's
you're at your house, I'm at mine.
Right.
You're able to shut your eyes and literally see what, or even keep them open. Right? Well, most of them close their eyes, I'd imagine.
I'll say it would be, I mean,
close to kind of just shut off distractions. Now you're able to see it astral. You know what I mean?
Right. Or
so I'd imagine you shut your eyes.
There,
you travel. Like, that's what I'm trying to say. Yeah, you shut your eyes, then you're able to travel into the room and see it. That's crazy, bro.
With that kind of proof, you'd be like, bro, this fool's got an ability.
You said it earlier, though, Furious. If we were able to somehow put a headgear on the person that's claiming to experience this and just have it projected on a blank wall, they would make more sense and would have more tangible evidence right in front of your face, too.
Because you're telling me that you're seeing tall beings or like that. I can tell you tomorrow that I'm seeing tall beings
in that projection on the wall,
driving home or some shit.
Or on the way home from the podcast. I
can tell you all kinds of shit.
Like, AJ, I drove home at fucking 1 a.m. yesterday, bro.
Something hanging on the freaking light pole.
I'll tell you, man. I actually saw some shit I couldn't explain before, though. But I'm gonna save that for the next segment.
Okay. No, yeah.
I'm gonna tell you. And
I've seen.
You ever seen some shit in the sky and you're completely sober? That's what happened to me. Cause I promise you, bro, I was driving home. I had dropped my brother off. I'll tell you the rest of the story when we get to the second topic. But what I saw in the sky, I was sober, and I even looked around like. I had to question myself for a second, bro. You know you're not tired. I was awake enough to know
it was a drone. Okay,
bro. It might have been. That shit was moving fast, bro. Almost like a comet. It was bright green. So I'll get back into it later.
I've definitely seen like shooting stars.
Yeah,
I've seen that,
and it could have been that. For all I know, it could have been a comet. But bro, it looked like green. Nah, I gotta save this. I'll tell you later. Yeah. Sorry, I keep teasing it. Look, stick around. You hear me talk about it.
At the end of the day, I'm not saying that stuff doesn't exist. It's just in this case, the methodology of this person, this individual, getting to that from point A to point B. Yeah, it doesn't add up to me. It just that makes sense.
But plus, it doesn't even explain how he got there.
The experiment was not done thoroughly enough, in my opinion. Someone else might argue different, but I just don't
for it to be even factual. Yeah,
no, it's like that's a redo.
But Furious, because it was in an official file cabinet at the FBI, that's credible enough. Yeah, that's what they're saying, though. Yeah. That's the argument. But the argument is that you know.
But that's how people get fooled. Okay, like let's say,
and then okay, no, I'm gonna have one more question for you. But go ahead.
Right, like let's say, like if the CIA, right, there's a document that the Vatican, has a document about, I don't know, let's say possession or some shit, right?
Okay.
If they look at the case, there would still have to be proof
of the.
If the document is just a vague document claiming this and claiming that, just because it's the Vatican does not mean it's still people running this shit, right?
Facts.
Just because it's the Vatican doesn't give it any extra credibility.
No,
it doesn't.
No,
you know what I'm saying? So that's where it'll be different if there's proof about certain events and things like that, and there's documented. It's like, oh shit, like. That's crazy, you know?
Yeah, I agree.
You know, like if they documented like, the person was able to recall past events from individual A and B's life into perfect accuracy. Okay, something to fucking be worried about.
Yeah.
You know?
Again, tangible behind it.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's not necessarily tangible, but it's been witnessed. It's been actually witnessed.
Well, that makes it tangible. You don't think so?
You don't have to believe a testimony, but the fact that it's documented and it's corroborated by other people
that backs it up.
You know, I think.
For sure.
I guess in a way it does make it tangible because you can go to the event.
That's what I'm saying.
You can.
That's my argument for it being tangible. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's eyewitness, right? Let's be honest. Eyewitness account. My last question for you before we were finished with this topic officially, right? Anything else you want to say about it first? Astral projection? No, I think we pretty much thoroughly covered it, right?
Yeah.
And our thoughts on it. My last question to you, though, real quick, Furious, before we do go on to the next topic. Do you believe it, the last part of what that guy was talking about in that clip, do you believe we live in a simulation? This is a simulation right now. Like right now, this rain that we're hearing outside hitting the top of the roof. Look, we can't see it, but we can hear it, right?
Say, okay.
Is that to just further convince you, right, that this is reality? But if you go outside, like right now, supposed to be outside that garage door, it's just white. There's nothing out there, right? Until I take the garage and open the garage door, right, and see the rain, physically see with my eyes. Now it buffered into existence.
No, that's
part of the simulation.
That's just your perception. I would say, because the thing is, when people say
that's how they describe it. Though.
When people are saying simulation, they're thinking about computer. They're thinking about programming. They're thinking about you're in a digital type of thing. That's usually what it is. Like, let's just say, and for all intents and purposes, let's say it is a simulation of some sort, right? For fucking life, right?
But you don't believe we live in one though.
Just for life. Not in a program.
Okay.
Not in a computer.
Not like a Matrix.
Now, okay, if we're really in the fucking distant future right now, living in this through a fucking tube or whatever the fuck, okay, maybe that's possible, right? We're gonna never
like the Matrix,
but we'll never know that. We'll never know that, right?
Yeah.
Until someone gets out of this shit and frees other people, right?
like the Matrix,
Right.
Same essentially.
But until then, it's just a fucking theory. There's no fucking proof for it, right? But to double down on that is like, even us being in this flesh, right? If this is real, right? This is still a simulation of life, right? Right? This is still life itself, which is, it can be a simulation of some sort. It's just not a digital one. Okay? It's a simulation with real consequences, right? Life and death. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're here and you're gone. Like, it's just one of those, like, it's a real simulation. It's real. It's not like you can just, someone's up there, typing. Maybe it is. Maybe it is a machine. Maybe it is a sentinel or whatever like that, or it's an AI program. Who knows?
Sentient being and shit,
or sentient
in the computer,
programming, whatever.
AI.
You will never know until you discover that other side. You're never gonna know. Until then, it's
I would do
theory.
it though. Someone like Morpheus came to me and said, "You want to take the blue pill or the red pill and go down the rabbit hole?"
Oh yeah, take the red, but in reality, if someone offers you a blue or a fucking red pill, you're gonna wake up in a bedroom, or you're not gonna wake up at all.
That's true too. If you're really gonna take a pill or not, that's true.
I'm saying from a fucking random
you can take
person,
the red pill and just fucking die.
You know what I'm saying? What if it's fucking laced with cyanide or some shit?
Yeah, like this supposed to be trying to just kill you.
It's a random person.
Like, take the red pill and go down the rabbit hole. Yeah, right. You need this last thing you do.
Like, of course, like,
bro, selling your liver and shit in the black market.
Like, that shit is very like unlikely, right? But
yeah, no, for sure.
But I don't. It's just nah, man.
Yeah.
Like, Matrix was a good movie.
It was a good movie.
It sparked people's imagination and just made us think outside the box about where we are.
It was definitely ahead of its time.
You know what I'm saying?
I think it was ahead of its time.
But at the same time, an idea can also run amok and create unnecessary conflict. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's true. And unnecessary fear, unnecessary, your paranoia, unnecessary things that are going to affect your life. Like, let's say if someone watched The Matrix, right, and really believed there was a simulation after that, like, they're going to go crazy now. Like, fuck, deja vu, that was a glitch. This is all
movie.
fucking
It's from a movie.
Hollywood, bro. It is creative as fuck. Creative idea ahead of its time.
It resonates with people.
It resonates, but because people have already thought of simulation theory before The Matrix, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Right? So that just further, I'm not the only one who believes this shit. You know what I mean? That's further, and it's a Hollywood movie. Someone,
and of course, there's people
pushing the issue or pushing the idea.
You're always gonna have that, but just if it is true, it is true. But it's like you'll just never know, and people just gotta be content with, like, bro, you're alive, like, just because focusing on that, bro, it'll be different if someone had evidence for it, or they caught a glimpse, like, hold up, like, what the fuck was that? And they're able to, capture that moment or like measure that moment and then
go ahead and
find
actually
a way
really,
inside,
really, yeah.
It's different. It's different if you walk in on somebody freaking talking to a freaking program in a computer talking about some crazy shit. About some shit that you're like, what the fuck does that mean? Like, it's different. It's just different. Like,
no, it is.
You're just never gonna fucking know.
You're not. You're not gonna fucking know, bro. And you know what's crazy? Not only are you not gonna know until you know, I guess, to say it like that. Either you're that or you're never gonna know. Like, you'll die, you quote unquote die in the Matrix or die in the simulation, right? And then your body's gonna get discarded, right?
Yeah.
They're done using you for battery, like in the Matrix's version, or if it's not even being used as a battery, right? Say we're being used as something else altogether. We don't know, because like Matrix made sense. They said he picks up a Duracell. It's like, you're being used for this. You're a fucking battery. Who knows if we actually being used? Would we be in a simulation because we're being utilized as energy for the sentient being aliens, like in that movie, or are we gonna? Oh, they weren't aliens. They were AI. It was a computer, right? That was using them as a battery. Anyway, a sentient AI doing that to us. it's just kind of close to home as far as the direction we're going. Or is it just a simulation that God created for us?
But why
now I'm really going down the rabbit hole, bro.
But why are people thinking simulation? Why is it? Why does it even have to be that? Why does it have to be? Why can't it just be what it is? Like, why does it have to be something?
That's a good question.
Why does it always have to be something? Why does it always have to be a fucking conspiracy?
And have you seen people? People are so dumb. But they'll be driving on the road. And you know how, like, out in the far distance, you'll see a mirage. That's the system having a glitch, or a system still loading.
No.
You know how far off in the distance you see it looks like watery, and you see the cars over in the reflection, and it's not loaded yet. You know how, like, in a video game.
It's physics. Like,
they're trying to compare physics to a video game buffering, right? You know, in a video game, you drive too fast into an area in a video game, it'll load late and shit. It kind of looks like a mirage, right? It kind of resembles one. Okay. I'll give you nerds that, right? A mirage kind of looks similar to when you go too quickly into an older game, right? And it would, remember, you know, it would load,
right,
but a little late, right? You would see the road appear out of nowhere, and the rest of the scenery, right, would buffer as soon as you drove into it. There are people online that are literally actively showing you, Furious, you're driving, they're like, look, it's literally loading as I'm driving, and they're driving into a mirage. It's a little foggy, but it's like I clearly know what's happening. But they're like, oh no, it's the simulation loading late because I'm driving too quickly into the area that hasn't loaded yet. Or fucking, that's a mirage, bro. It's physics, like you said, bro. So in a nutshell, it's safe to say you don't believe in simulation theory, right? I don't really think I subscribe to it either.
There's no point for me to believe in it.
Yeah, it's like me either. You don't get anything from it.
Look, like we definitely could be in one. But if we are in one, it's the real one. It's the real simulation. Like it is what it is. Call it simulation, call it life, call it whatever the fuck you want. Yeah, you're not changing it.
No.
Right? So whether it's a simulation or not, like it is what it is. Like, okay, it's a simulation. Now what? Okay, you're right. Okay, cool.
And
what's it changing?
What are we getting from this? Yeah.
You still got to pay your bills, bro. It's not changing anything.
In fact, you're not changing shit.
It's not changing shit because the thing is, see the movies. See, the Matrix, that's why you like movies should be movies. Like the movies, like they have really good ideas, thought-provoking ideas, right?
Yeah.
In the Matrix, the thing is,
but you gotta be able to separate them from reality.
Yeah, but in the Matrix, it's like you can just become an agent, or you can just become you can just unplug, and then now you don't got to worry about the world with bills and shit. You can just, now you're on this other world, right? But it's not like that.
It's not.
It's not like that, bro. Like that, like there's no agents coming out to, capture you. Like, think about how many people notice things that are wrong with the system. Like, no agents are popping up trying to,
That is true. Those people are not appearing. But then again, the argument there is they are appearing. You're just not paying attention, or you're not seeing them. They're really good at hiding. That's
something.
why. Huh?
It's always something.
It is always something. There's an explanation for everything, bro.
It's just,
come on, bro. It's conspiracy hour, right? Ride with me on this shit, okay? Yo, it's always something though. You got a point.
Nah. Bro, it's just, bro. That just showed you, bro. That just showed you, man. Like, bro, people just.
They have an explanation for anything, bro. It doesn't matter how far fetched.
Bro. You still got bills, bro. Like, I'm sorry.
You still got shit.
You still got to pay your bills, bro. Simulation or not, bro.
He said, "I'm sorry." Hey, I'm sorry, bro.
Simulation or not,
we still got bills, bro. I was like, what the fuck are you doing?
Bro, simulation or not, bro. If you don't pay that shit, bro, you out on the street. In your simulation street. In a simulated street, but hey, in simulated cold, right? Where's your simulation jacket, huh?
I was saying, either gonna be reality for you, or regardless, you're still gonna be simulated on the street.
So what? You're in a simulation, bro. Like, you can't.
Bro, that is so true. You're right. That's hilarious, man.
Hey,
because that's what it ends up being. You're either gonna face reality, get a job, fight, work like everybody else, or you're gonna. You're either gonna experience that in reality, or you're gonna have it in your simulated reality. You're on the bum ass motherfucker on the street.
Until someone unplugs and actually frees some other people, then makes the breakout of the simulation of reality. It is what it is.
Yeah.
Okay. Shit. Maybe we are in one. But
it's like we won't know.
What the fuck is that gonna do?
It's not gonna solve shit. You're right.
Not gonna solve shit, man. Shit.
What's it gonna change?
Not gonna change anything.
You're right, bro. That's so true.
You know what I mean?
Oh, fuck.
Bro. Fucking movies, bro.
The shit that they put in people's heads,
Fucking
bro.
movies, bro.
That's what you gotta play.
By the way, okay.
Yeah.
Now, damn.
Go ahead, and then we're gonna go into.
I don't
want to
say this, but
there you are. Say it,
Okay.
bro. Fuck it.
no,
Timeless talk.
I'm not gonna
bro.
say it. I'm gonna just allude to it, okay?
Oh, come
Okay.
on. This is timeless talk, bro.
You know who created the Matrix, right?
No, who made it?
The Wachowski brothers.
Oh yeah.
Okay. But yeah, great writers, man.
Why do you think where did they come up with that? I guess simulation theory on steroids, huh?
I don't know. Just look them up.
Really?
Just look them up.
Oh shit.
The Wachowski brothers. That's it.
They're women now, right? Didn't they get a sex change?
Is that what you're telling me?
It's what you don't want to talk about, right? Was that them? Damn, bro. I heard about those directors. And they're fucking men. They're women now, right? Or some shit. Is this what you not want to talk about?
Is that the case?
This is what you didn't want to talk about, huh? Oh, come on, bro. This is a timeless talk, bro.
I mean, I'm just joking with you, bro. But nah. All I'm saying, bro, is like movies put ideas.
Okay.
Ideas take hold. Okay,
You're right.
They take root. Okay,
But go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead.
but what?
But bro, did they art? I know there was some. I thought it was the Hugh brothers. For
I think
a minute.
one of them was it. Both of them?
I heard supposedly. Oh, it was one of them. I think you're right. One of them became a sister and not a brother anymore. Sorry, we have nothing against people that do that shit. All right,
Why'd you say it like that, bro?
Do you? Should I cut it out? Should I cut it out, bro? Get
Probably.
canceled. Yeah, the brother became a sister. I'm sorry, bro. We're gonna get canceled over that shit. Huh?
Probably, man.
Is that what you didn't want to say on live?
I don't know what I heard, bro. All I heard is
Okay, what were you gonna allude to then?
I was alluding to that.
So you were alluding to that. Exactly. I just confirmed it. You're fucking dumb, bro. Oh, shit. I knew it. See, I wasn't, and I know you were going to butcher me for this, viewers and listeners. I honestly thought, I knew it was a directorial brotherhood there, but I wasn't sure if it was the Hugh brothers or the people you just said, but now I know for sure it is definitely the director of the Matrix, the directors, quote, plural, of the Matrix. Now, do you think that them being kind of strange and off is probably why they came up with that? They're good writers.
No, I don't think that's just an orientation. I don't know what happened with that.
I'm just fucking around. Dude.
But I
just
think
being a
that.
dick.
But I just think that. What's it called?
Everybody has their own choice. Go ahead. Sorry. Anything you want to add to that? I mean, that's it, bro. I don't know if you really believe in simulation theory or not.
But yeah, simulation. Nah, I mean,
It's a negative.
if it is, it is. You know what I'm saying? If it's not, it's not. I'm just saying, like, people gotta stop taking movies so fucking seriously. Like,
I
it's
agree.
a movie, you know, like I would say when it comes to movies like 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea,
Yeah.
that came from a book. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And the book predates the actual invention. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes like media can be is a good thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, who knows? Maybe with the Matrix being created, they actually might create a digital world that people can actually plug into.
So there could be some reality there, you think? Maybe.
Yeah. Not like, I think VR is just like, is like the tip, is like the
Yeah.
barely scratching the surface. But
Me
like,
too. I don't think we'll see it in our lifetime. Do you?
We might see the start of it.
The beginning started, the stages of it. Yeah.
Like the beginning stages, like when people are like hooking up to computers and like actually like flipping through programs and shit on the thing. Unless they're already doing
Probably
that.
not. Unless they're doing it now. Yeah, you're right. It could exist.
Or
I mean,
like downloading languages and speaking it. You know, shit.
oh, bro, there's even an earpiece now. I don't know if you heard about this shit. Sorry, again, off topic. You get on this ride with us. All right, get on this ride with Timeless Talk. Anyway, another sidebar. Quick conversation. Quick little tidbit. There's an earpiece now that they're selling it on the TikTok shop, where if you're wearing this earpiece and someone you're speaking to, you don't know their language, like say it's Arabic or Spanish or something like that, this thing translates it into your ear. That's wild, right? So
how do
it
you
hears the
speak to
person talking, yeah, and it helps you communicate.
But how do you speak to them? How do you respond?
Oh, yeah, you're right. That's a good point.
Is there a speaker on it?
There's no. Oh, you're right. I didn't think of that shit, bro. You know what's funny? Because of the ads, bro. They're like, I can understand what you said.
I can't speak it back.
So I guess the way to make that work, I guess you get two earpieces and you Here, put this in your ear. You make them wear it. You have like a little sanitizer.
Ideally, that's what it is.
You clean it off, right? You give them the other
hell
bud.
no, bro. It's a gimmick. No, it's a waste.
So they claim
it may not be a waste because you can understand something, but
that'd be helpful.
There should be a two-way mechanism, but that something like that will be expensive though.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, it'll be expensive. It's just because of the technology involved, and not only that, it's going to have a very good battery life, right? It's going to have enough projection for the person to hear you, for the for the person to hear you say it.
Yeah, no, right? I agree. Yeah.
The device itself is going to have the AI to translate your English or whatever language into the language that you're speaking to them in. It's going to have to detect their language, right?
Yeah,
and do that whole swap, that whole shit,
and understand it and be able to translate it to you in the language you choose.
Do it within that split second.
Because what if you're the Indian or the Arabic or the Hispanic that needs to hear it in Spanish or in Arabic or whatever? And you have to be able to set that feature, like you said. Yeah.
And what if denser languages require more RAM, more power? You know what I'm saying?
Good point.
And what if the thing's going to have to be fast? It's going to have to be prompt, right? You can't just wait fucking 50 seconds, say hola, como estás?
Estás.
Like,
Estás.
You know what I mean? Like, it's not going to.
I do. You need another beer, bro? You good?
Yeah.
I got you.
You know
Sorry for saying no good.
Yeah, it's just not like something like that is going to be expensive. They can make it, though.
No, for sure. No, it can't be.
But that shit is expensive.
To have it do away, like you said. Right?
Because something like that, bro, it'll be like an Apple phone, bro.
It would be.
It'll be like it'll be called the lingo.
The lingo. Dun, dun, dun. That little cheesy ass advertisement to go along with it.
Have a problem understanding your clerk? Get lingo.
Come again. I understood that. Como estás? It's like, how are you doing? It's like, yes, that works great. Sounds fucking awful. Or knowing these nowadays, bro, they'll have it. You know what Speechify or whatever that shit is. You guys that new app? It's called Speechify.
Hell no,
bro. You can literally change your voice into sounding like Snoop Dogg, Drake, any fucking Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole. I swear, bro. And it's a good ass. It's a real app. Makes you sound just like those fucking people, bro. Can prank call people with it.
That's fucked up.
It is fucked up because it's kind of scary. Like that's kind of where we're moving now, right? But imagine, bro. I feel like, and there's also an audio book.
Why'd you want to sound like Drake?
Exactly.
Right now.
Especially right now. I don't think anybody wants to sound like him, bro.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
If you do that shit, hell yeah, you did. But bro, but there's also an audiobook one where you can have Snoop Dogg read you the Bible. In the beginning,
that's just to make you laugh, though. That's just to make you laugh,
bro.
It's not being serious.
It is,
just to make you laugh,
bro. But that does exist, though. There's a Snoop Dogg voice.
On the first day, there was light.
He
said, "Let there be light."
He said, "Exactly." Here's Snoop Dogg, bro. You low key sound like him. Oh shit, that was good. That was good, bro. No, but yeah, like dead ass. That's what that shit actually exists, right? So that technology is already that direction, man. AI is crazy, man. There's a shit they're doing with AI is just wild these days.
It's really crazy, man.
But yeah, man, that's all for that topic. But we'll go ahead and move into now to your second topic real quick, Furious, what you got for us tonight, man. And I'll pass you the mic, man. You were talking about you said the UFO or UAV. What do they call it now? By the way, UFOs are no longer identified as UFOs. They are now identified as what now, Furious? UAVs. And the second topic of
UAPs, one of those.
Or UAPs. The second topic of a Timeless Talk this evening on episode 9, season 5, we're going to discuss this meeting that took place where now, Furious? I'll give it to you now. Go ahead.
It was the House, and the House was holding a hearing on UFOs for government transparency.
It's real official, guys.
And basically in this video, they're talking about like accounts of, pilots seeing objects flying in the sky, like while they're flying, like pilots of various.
And these are real accounts that were documented, right? That they spoke
on the air, like on the radio, everything.
That's crazy.
Like real time,
just recording and everything.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. But it's just been classified. You know what I'm saying. But there's all kinds of like there's people going up and giving
and there's visuals too.
On this one, I'm not sure if there's visuals on this one, but there are visuals online, right?
That's crazy.
But there are in this meeting, people are going up, corroborating accounts, from certain events and all that. And it's just pretty, I want to say that it's not unsettling. It's relieving.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they're acknowledging that this shit does exist. You know what I'm saying? People have been saying it for a long time, and a lot of them were thought to be quacks,
Yeah.
Like, what's his name? What's that fool's name? The dude,
older guy, right?
Bob Lazar.
Okay.
That fool. The fool that worked at Area 51.
Yeah.
He was saying this shit for years, about the stuff that he's seen. People were just calling him a quack, whatever like that. Some people still think that he's like full of shit, right? But he was one of the first whistleblowers on like, extraterrestrial shit, right? So with this stuff coming out with the government officials, I'm pretty sure he feels so fucking like relieved. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's like, fuck, like, y'all will give me shit for 30 years.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And now that it's these people are saying it, now it's like it has validity.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
that's scary, man.
in the household, bro, these people are actually like you heard the first part of the video.
Mm-hmm.
This is to address unidentified flying objects, blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
Like, bro, that's not AI. That's some real shit.
Yeah,
Like,
that's some real shit on CBS too.
Yeah, bro.
That's crazy as fuck.
So
I think the link that you sent me, yeah.
and I think that this shit. I think that the shit's real. The universe is just too fucking big.
I agree.
It's too big, and for us to be on this little speck right here, bro, what are the chances, bro? There has got to be something else.
No, I agree. It's just the universe is too massive.
Yeah. There's probably a great distance between it, but it's there. It might be on the fucking edge of the universe. That's at the start of another fucking universe, right? Who the fuck knows? But,
bro,
the shit, the fucking shit's there. We might, and plus with the shit that we have within our own planet.
Mm-hmm. You know what? It's crazy because you're right. We don't even know. The ocean, for example.
Yeah.
We talk about space being the final frontier, which it is, but the oceans below us, man. They don't even we haven't even gone to the full depth the ocean even has, right? We haven't explored. We've only explored what, 2%, 3% of the ocean.
Yeah, when it comes to
I don't even know what the fuck is down there, bro.
It's too big. It's too big, and it's too much. Is like at that depth, it's dark as shit.
You're not gonna see shit down there anyway. You're right.
And I just don't think they don't have the manpower to just send thousands upon thousands in just every section to
of the ocean to go down and do
a fucking sweep. There's no way. You're gonna find something. You know what I'm saying?
You are gonna find something.
It's too big, bro. It's too big,
bro. And that's why
anything, bro.
Not to get off topic again, but the Leviathan, bro. The Bible talks about that big ass sea creature in the ocean, bro.
There's definitely big sea creatures for sure.
That though, the way the Bible describes it, it's sleeping right now. You'll probably come across that motherfucker, bro.
I think that the Leviathan, it did have a time for sure during the time of the dinosaurs. There was definitely an ocean dwelling Leviathan-esque animal.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? That was definitely,
or that one swimming dinosaur, the one with the big ass fucking mouth. What is it called again? I forgot what it's called, the actual name of it, but. That was around, and probably Leviathan was probably even bigger than that motherfucker, and that motherfucker was huge, dude.
But Leviathan is that's for Revelations though.
No,
that's different. That's more of like a world ending type of thing. That's
so if he appears, fuck.
I was probably gonna fucking come out of space or some shit. You know what I'm saying?
Probably is, bro.
Shit. But
yeah, you come in and you destroy the planet and shit. No, you're saying
let's say animals like the Loch Ness monster, right? Shit like that. That shit could fucking exist. You know what I'm saying? That shit really, who knows, bro? They might just.
In the Loch Ness, that's a lake, though, right?
Huh?
The Loch Ness is a lake,
that's
right?
a lake, but lakes are connected to larger bodies of water.
That's true.
So it could be who knows? There might be a species of very large fucking serpentine type of or serpent-like, snakes or animals that they're just small in number. They're just because they're so fucking big. They probably live fucking hella long. Who the fuck knows? But we, like you said, we've only discovered 5%, and they're finding new species all the time.
It's wild, man.
All
the time.
Something like that.
They're at different levels of the ocean, too.
Yeah. But
deep and high. It's crazy.
Yeah, but the UFOs and all that stuff, it's just, is now what I think they should do, now that they've actually publicly acknowledged it finally, start a fucking institution for this shit, where you have people who are actually going out, astronauts. Okay, we're gonna go over here to where we saw this last distress signal or some shit. Bro, who knows what the fuck they're fucking hearing up there? You know what I mean?
We don't know, man.
Who knows? But like, they should actually get some joint effort into actually discovering something like, bring SETI, make it an actual thing. Don't have it all this like secret shit. Like,
no, for sure, I agree. It makes it sus, bro. Yeah. But go ahead. You want to?
Yeah, I'm saying, but like, yeah, it makes it like, why not? Like, you just be open about the shit.
And that's that's the point of the hearing was, right?
Yeah.
Was to finally be open with the public and let them know, hey, this is what we've found, this is what we've been studying. So since we can't obviously put on the 2-hour hearing for you guys to watch, we'll put the link in the description actually below so you guys can go watch that if you want. But it's 2 hours long, right, Furious? I watched the first few minutes of it. I believe it's 2 hours long. Obviously, we can't streamline it for you guys right here. I recommend you go watch it after the episode. Go check it out.
2 hours, 20 minutes.
Yeah, I'll put the link in there. It's a CBS. It's off the CBS's official YouTube channel.
It's very
but
thought-provoking, though.
It is. So I want to ask you that, at least to my next question. It is thought-provoking. What in there essentially made your hair stand up when you were reading it? Like, oh, fuck. What gave you goosebumps? Like, what made you think, damn, that shit has some credible, tangible evidence to go along with it, bro? So what is there anything in there, in that hearing that brought you kind of like...
For me, was just that the fact that everyone's in the room.
Yeah.
That's a goosebumps. It's like,
that is scary. Like, so there's like a real sense of urgency here.
It's real. Exactly.
For everybody to be discussing
it's fucking real.
Damn.
Like, it's not like everyone's showing up for this fucking meeting. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's something about it that's real.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That doesn't mean that there aren't any more, that there aren't hoaxes.
So,
still hoaxes,
of course. So do you think the meeting was meant for a couple things? Like, obviously to address the public, right? Let them know what we've come across in the U.S. government, right? And share those secrets or share those classified documents, right? With the people finally. Was it just solely for that? Or was it to come up with a contingency plan for something further? Like you said, like, hey, we all know this shit exists. Even though, then again, I can't. No, it can't be that. Never mind, because it can't be that because they didn't talk about an issue, right? That everybody was dealing with, right? There was no issue discussed, right? Like, hey, there are these beings that we came across. They came down. That would be different. That would be even more scary, right? Because like, now you're like, fuck, we got the country coming together, the other countries, of the world, right? The nations of the world coming together to talk about it. That's different. That's even more scary.
That would be totally different. It's like, tell them what the being said. Oh, war or some shit. That would be, bro. That would be front page fucking news.
Oh, everybody, every country would have that. Yeah,
that shit. You couldn't ignore that shit. Like if there's something like that got out, bro, hell.
I wouldn't doubt that they put that creepy ass fucking alert, fucking emergency system pop up on the screen.
That shit probably wouldn't even work, bro. That'd be crazy.
That would, bro. Imagine, and then they translate it into you hear weird alien language. It just gets and then it gets translated into humans. Yeah.
Bow or die.
This is where the Futurama shit comes out of me, man. But so that being said, bro, like the fact that everybody was there, right? That's what made you back to what you were saying.
That's what kind of more like I'm like, oh shit, like it's not just a podcast, like it's like it's government officials.
Yeah, it's not just two guys shooting the breeze talking about right.
Like the person.
This
like,
is actually the officials are here.
Yeah. They all got their fucking notes and their papers and all that shit. Like
no, yeah. So if I could further. And they're looking at it like, bro, I got my shit right here. Look. So is there anything that was said during that meeting? Did you watch the whole thing?
Not the whole thing, but I watched
majority, right? I kind of want to watch the whole thing. I'll probably watch the whole thing while I'm folding laundry tomorrow.
Watch it, man.
I'm gonna check it out. But my question, bro, is there from what you did watch, to further my question, right? You already answered part of it. You did. But to the second part of my question is, was there anything in particular that you could share with us from the hearing that you heard that was like, hey, man, this is one thing that they brought up that they claim someone saw or documented they saw that made you really feel like, oh, shit, that's creepy as fuck.
Not off the top of my head, but they do mention like that the unidentified flying objects, that shit's real.
Yeah.
Like, there is something.
And then they showed the evidence? Did they show the evidence on there?
Flying in like it's a... Huh?
Did they just disclose anything? Or is it all just spoken word?
It's all documents and all that shit. They're going off of like...
They're reading it though?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Obviously, I don't think they're saying everything.
No, they're not, and I don't think they are either. When they say, "Oh, bro, they expose it all,"
but the shit does exist though. There's something out there. You know what I mean?
No doubt.
That's the reality about it.
Do you think that Hollywood's on anything, or they're just?
No, I think they're. They have an idea. But the way that they created, obviously they add elements, to make
to make it more spooky or exciting or
there's no who knows. It could be totally different from what they depict.
I think it would be cool to travel the stars, bro. Like I would love to go to space. Like I love that sci-fi, the inner explorer of me.
Right.
Would love to get on a spaceship and fly through the stars, bro. That just sounds amazing to me. It sounds badass, But the only problem with that is that I noticed that with space travel, time gets really fucked up because it's relevant up there, right?
Yeah, but I would say my
that's the thing that scares me about it. Like I would never want to do it just for that reason. If I come, I won't come back. All my loved ones will either be dead or old as fuck by the time I come back home.
I feel you.
If we want an interstellar mission or something, through the stars.
Yeah, my main concern traveling through space, I look at space travel like a fucking plane flight.
Yeah,
fuck that, bro. Anything that was it,
you're gonna have
goes
to
down, you're fucked.
That's true.
Ain't no airbag up there, bro.
No, you are. And
you're fucked.
What I like about movies like Interstellar, right? As an example.
Yeah.
What's crazy about that shit to me, bro, is that they try to base it off of. That's what I respect about Christopher Nolan. He wanted it to be as realistic as possible. Obviously, it's cinema. They're gonna add their. He even said it. Of course, we're gonna add our fucking, 2 cents to it to make it more, like entertaining. But majority of that movie is based on reality, right? So the relative to time and shit, like even to when they're leaving Earth, the fact that they're rotating, that's why people throw up and shit on space shuttles, supposedly, right? Because the way that they travel is not normal with how you travel on this planet, right? So when it's flying away from Earth, it's not just going in a straight line. That fucker's like moving.
Well, yeah, it has to.
You know what I noticed? Why is that? You know what that is? Or?
It has to go with the. I think with this, maybe with the spin of the Earth. Don't quote me on this. I might sound stupid as fuck right now to some fucking.
Because you remember Interstellar, when they're leaving, when the Earth's getting further and further away from them, they're rotating.
It's called a slingshot.
So you know what I'm talking about?
I think that's what it's called. You gotta so it can get out of the gravitational pull. Because so that
is that why it's rotating?
That's what the rocket's for. That's what I think the rotation might be for the slingshot because it's something. It has something
to do
slinging
with you out of that. That makes sense, right? Though. Yeah.
Because the rocket fuel is to get out of the atmosphere. That's what that big tank's for. All that fuel is just to get it out of the atmosphere.
Just to get it the fuck out of here.
To get it out of the atmosphere to where the space shuttle can actually take itself. Like the rocket fuel is just to punch out. Because you're fighting against gravity.
Crazy, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but that's just complicated, man. That space flight that shit's risky, bro.
It's fuck because they can go wrong. You could die.
You're done.
You're toast.
You're fucking done.
You're toast, bro.
There is no hospital up there, bro. There isn't.
You know Neil deGrasse Tyson. And I'm going to paraphrase this. I forgot what he said his reasoning would be, but he said if he got to a grand old age where he couldn't, his facilities weren't working anymore, couldn't wipe his own ass, and couldn't take care of himself, essentially, right? He said he wanted to just be launched into a fucking black hole. Spaghettified. Like he's like, I think that'd be a crazy way to die, to go out. He's like, but I would run. It was kind of unselfish what he said.
Option.
But I like what he said. This next part's kind of cool. Because it's like, even though I'm going, I want to leave you guys with some data. So if you can, launch me into that bitch with some device that will record back to you guys what I'm experiencing. Because at the end of the day, no one knows what happens inside of a black hole. And obviously they have theories, right? And they know that the scientific understanding of it explains that it just compacts you, right? That a black hole supposedly just closes you in tight until you're nothing, right? Squeezes you down to the smallest atom, right, is what I've heard, supposedly, to where there's no light, so you get destroyed in the process. So what, or it could be a fucking wormhole, bro. Dimension, you go into a whole other world. You know what I mean?
So what signal would you get back if your shit's getting crushed?
That's what I'm saying, and that's the part. And if that was true, you wouldn't have to sacrifice yourself. Why don't we just launch a fucking drone into a fucking black hole and record that?
But you have to get close
with a recording device.
You have to get close to a black hole.
The pressure,
first.
yeah. And I heard the pressure of it. Whoever gets close enough gets sucked in. And then in theory you get crushed. What if you didn't get crushed at all, though? Do you think there's a chance for you that you can go through it and you end up somewhere else? Not dead. I mean, you end up somewhere else.
Possible, but I don't want to fucking find out.
I don't either. Supposedly, you get crushed. It's pressure. I guess that with scientific understanding and studying, that's how they know. Bro.
You probably wouldn't even feel the shit.
Yeah. You probably wouldn't realize you got killed. It'd be so quick, probably.
But I think also it's like, that shit just sounds scary, bro.
It does.
Like a black hole. You can't even see the shit. It's just it's just a fucking void.
And that's how Interstellar ends that way. That fool goes right into it. Like,
but you see that's the spinoff of the movie.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that they're also entertaining ideas that scientists have actually, tried to introduce, with the black holes and the wormholes and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's a movie, bro. There's no telling, bro. A black hole could be a fucking garbage disposal. It could be that.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean just because the movie is a good movie.
Yeah.
I would hope it's a fucking wormhole.
That'd be badass.
I don't mean it's gotta be a wormhole.
Exactly.
Like, what the fuck? Interstellar, man.
It's like, no, Interstellar told me this. I gotta believe this reality.
Like, nah, man.
Yeah. You going to what's happening to me? Yeah, bro. But I mean, essentially though, Interstellar since we're on the topic of that, and we'll be done with it after this. When you go into the black hole, right, in that movie, the ship gets destroyed around him to the point where it's just him floating. Like at first it was just him. He's like, fuck, I'm recording all this data and I'm sending it out. He's, recording, can't see shit. It's obviously black as fuck. And you just see the ship getting destroyed around him to the point where the ship's gone.
The data.
And now the pressure. Exactly. But then instead of it is weird because then it goes from him being, he doesn't get destroyed. He's waiting to die now at this point. He's like, well, I'm going to die. My whole ship got destroyed around me. Now I'm just floating with no vessel around me into this void. Fuck it. Here I get. I'm going to get crushed right now as we speak. Who knows? How long my consciousness is going to last at this point. No, he ends up, it's a wormhole. You've seen the movie. He ends up in a fucking floating library somewhere else on the planet, a wormhole outside of a time. And it's weird.
My question
That part's weird. What?
His ship gets crushed, but his suit doesn't get crushed.
No. That was strange too, yeah. He stays intact. His suit stayed intact. Him floating in the void. It's a movie. Plot hole. Yep. You're right. Because the suit's not him. His suit could have got destroyed out. But then they're like, oh no, it's unbelievable. We can't have him floating in space now with the suit on, without a suit. How's he going to breathe?
No. Why? He should be dead.
Exactly. Exactly. But he survived. Yeah, Interstellar, bro. Fuck it. That's all I need to believe, all right? Interstellar has all the answers, okay? No, bro. I'm going to get, matter of fact, launch me into a black hole when I'm 80, right?
With theater, bro.
When I'm 90 years old, bro, and I'm pushing death and I can't wipe my own ass anymore and I'm 95 or even 100, God willing, I make it to 100, shoot me into a black hole, bro. Just kidding.
Black hole?
Oh, that's pretty intense, huh? What you were going to say, though? Sorry.
A fucking trillionaire for that shit, bro.
Yeah, you would have
just to buy the ticket up there, bro.
Just to go.
You have to build the rocket to get you
just
there.
Just to take a one-way trip. You still have to pay a fuck ton of money, bro.
They're fucking hell no, bro.
You were saying, though? Sorry.
That's like Prometheus, bro.
I never watched that movie, bro. I heard it was good. Yeah, I know. I need to watch it. I know. The disbelief and the dissatisfaction with my answer. I'm sorry, bro.
You haven't watched that shit yet? You gotta watch it, man.
I'll probably watch it tonight. I don't really get a break, bro.
You gonna watch that shit tonight?
Hell no, I'm probably gonna go to sleep.
I'll probably watch it tonight. Hell
you know what I'll do, bro? I won't watch it tonight. I'll watch the inside of my eyelids. I'll put that shit on, bro.
You gonna dream about watching it?
I dreamed about it. Astral Projection, bro.
It seemed like a good movie, but
I fell asleep 10 minutes into starting that shit.
Hell nah.
It's all bad, bro. No, I'm gonna watch it tonight. But anyway, man, is there anything else you want to add to that, bro? Because I mean,
shit. Just
it's pretty straightforward.
I mean, the thing is, it's like the government. I think the government thought that people would just go crazy knowing that aliens existed, but it's like no one's going crazy.
Yeah,
should have just fucking been real from the fucking start.
You know what's crazy? You say that. It's funny when I watched a little bit. Right, I need to go watch it again more in depth, like we talked about. Right, tomorrow. Mm-hmm. When I did watch a few minutes of what you sent me, I was just kind of like, you see how calm everybody is? There's like no urgency there. The guy's reading it as if he was in court reading someone's fucking rights to him. You know,
like it's
we're here to talk about UAVs. I'm like, bro, no one else is like, yo, we're actually going to talk about this shit.
Things that are going, you know?
Yeah, there's no like,
so the unmanned aerial projections.
They seem so common, like, this ain't shit. This is a regular Tuesday for us, bro.
Yeah.
You know? I wonder why that is. Maybe it's because they have the information already.
Probably.
They're past the shock value because they've known it for so long.
They're also like professionals too, you know? They're not going to be all emotional.
And freak out and have type of, you know.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Be animated for what? You're going to just have to make the crowd unsettled and then everybody's going to be, oh my God, what should we worry about? Like, you know, should we worry about this? You know, it is mass hysteria, bro.
Yep.
Man.
But It's not going to happen like this because people already have an idea that that is fucking going on.
Yep.
Like hysteria would only be if like someone intercepted like, oh, they're gonna fire a fucking bomb at us.
Or like fucking war of the Worlds, bro. That's intense.
If that were to happen like that, there's no more, man. Hysteria,
we're fucked.
We're done.
Yeah, there is no hysteria. I think you're just dead.
Okay, so hold on. What would you rather have?
What's up?
World War Z aliens?
Oh shit!
I mean, my bad. Fuck. Well, I'm tipsy.
The zombies.
World War Z zombies?
Yeah. Okay.
Or War of the World aliens?
Damn, that's tough, bro. They're both bad. There's no good scenario there. They're both pretty shitty situations.
What would you rather have, though?
Huh?
What would you rather have?
Maybe the zombies, just because we know how to kill them. You know what I mean? The aliens, we don't know how to kill them. They don't figure it out till later, right? I mean, we got to find its weakness. At least you know what a zombie, you put one in his brain, that's it.
I'll take the aliens, bro.
Really? Over zombies?
Yep.
Maybe I would do the aliens too.
Zombies, bro. If you get bit, you're a zombie, bro.
That's true.
You're fucked.
No,
at least you're with right. The aliens, bro.
You're right.
At least with the aliens, I'm not finding a human. I'm finding an alien.
That's facts.
World War Z was fuck that. Hell no.
That's true.
No, thank you, bro.
World War Z was, and they were running too.
Quick.
You see, but the reason why that shit's too fake to me is just because, bro, like, they're not gonna run like that. They're fucking dead. So even if I get it, they're alive because they're living dead, but they're decomposing. There's no way those joints and those muscles and that fucking body is gonna work the way it's supposed to without us dead. You know,
logically, right? But like, let's say, right, that there was a virus, right, that could keep the tissues operable, right?
Okay,
or operational to an extent that that individual has to chase down prey, right? It keeps him alive just to that extent, right?
Sustained enough to have strength,
right? Mm-hmm. The virus keeps it alive, right?
Yeah,
and it also gives these infected individuals a keen awareness of where to go and who to attack, right? Mm-hmm. And it expends all the energy towards that, right? I don't see them just running nonstop forever, though, right? I see them at least getting like fatigued,
yeah,
right? That I think they should have had that because they just made it seem like they just had unlimited energy, like they're just fucking on 10 at all hours. You know what I'm saying? It's like they're using energy.
Yeah,
they should be getting.
I agree.
They should be slowing down, not necessarily.
Do they sleep?
Not necessarily.
They don't.
Not necessarily like getting tired, but like they don't have the energy.
No, they don't. But you're right. But where's it coming from? How's it even?
You know what I'm saying?
That's a plot hole.
Now that's from them eating.
Oh,
Biting people.
no,
I would say the energy would come from that because they would have to have energy.
But you know, that's what. No, but that's why I like about the Walking Dead. It was realistic. Like think about it. Like as the show went on, the more decomposed.
Walking Dead was boring though. Walking.
You got to give it a chance though. Here's what I got to say to that though. What I liked about it, what I could appreciate about it. Huh?
Give it a chance.
No, but just hear what okay, sorry. What I meant to say was hear what I got to say.
Right.
What I like about it is how realistic it was. You might say it's boring, and let's be honest, at least the action sequences were believable. Like I think in a real world like that, if the zombies were a real thing, that was a nail on the head in my opinion. That to me is how it would be if it did happen. You know what I'm saying? And realistically,
why would it be like that and they're not running?
What do you mean?
Why would it be like that and they're not running after you?
Because I like that they don't run. They just run up and and then in big groups they break shit down, right? Remember like in The Walking Dead. I don't know if you watched it at all in the first season. A big ass herd of them would be enough to take down a wall or a window, or whatever. That makes sense to me because
are they running or walking?
They're walking. Yeah. Think about it, because they're dead, bro. They're not gonna. No dead fucking creature is gonna run after you, bro.
If it's dead, how is it walking?
Okay, but my point is because it's sick. Okay, so look,
so it's not dead.
No, let me explain. It's dead. it's dead. No, you're so, no, but okay. Look. The point I'm getting at. You're dumb.
Excuse me. The individual is dead. Okay.
The point I get that the individual's dead, but the
organism's alive.
The point I'm getting at, though, bro. Yes, the organism's alive, but okay. So even though the brain function came back, like they try to explain this shit in season 1 of The Walking Dead, right? Mm-hmm. His physicality isn't entirely there. The brain function is there to make him move and shit, and then they have to stay alive, right? They get hungry, like you said, so they'll eat for that energy to even move. But you'll notice in the show the ones that didn't get a chance to eat anybody, the slowest moving zombies. They're just like they're still there, and if you get close enough, they go. they'll very slowly try to bite you. I just thought that's paying attention to detail. That fucker didn't get to any food, so he's damn near on the brink of being.
Now, that makes sense, because he's out of energy, but they should make it where the healthy ones run after you.
Yeah.
Why are they walking?
They walk. They run. They speed walk.
Because the thing is,
they speed walk.
Think about this: the Walking Dead, right? Dead is just a figure of speech.
Yeah,
they look dead.
I just feel like if they're running after you, bro, then they're not dead. That's a sentient. That's not even a person that.
Yeah.
But you make a good point. If you're freshly dead, your muscles are all still there.
No,
right? If you're freshly bit, you just turned. You should be able to run, climb, jump. Like you said, that's true.
The only thing that's dead about a zombie is the personality that made it human.
Yeah, that person's gone. The thing that came back, it's
alive.
No, but do you agree though? Muscle and
it's rotting
tissue. No, but the fact that if it's fresh, like you said, just bit, just the old guy, just you just checked out, and your body came back now as this creature. It should be, like you said, fully usable. I agree, because muscles all still there.
Been like months and shit. No, that's just fucking wearing down. Right? But
like freshly turned over or turned or whatever a bit.
Like the World War Z, they were all fresh. That was a fresh fucking pandemic.
And that's why they all ran like that. That's true. That makes sense.
But what I'm saying is that
that's crazy.
It was realistic in the sense, not with them like becoming ants and shit and climbing the fucking towers and doing all that bullshit. But with them running to an extent, that was like, okay, like I could see like the running part, but them not getting tired, that was the part I'm like, that's just, they're not fucking track stars and shit. Just because think about it, they still have hearts, right? They still have to have the muscles move, circulatory system. Like that stuff still has to work.
Still present.
So if they're just overexpending the shit, you're gonna be seeing heart attacks. Like you're gonna be seeing shit just right. Logically, probably
just fall over and die and shit.
Just running nonstop. Yeah. I'm pretty sure they would go for a little while, but after a while, it was just done. But that's the thing about movies. Like movies, they have their own. They like to,
expand it their own way.
Yeah, and so sometimes it just doesn't add up. Because I'm thinking about it too. Like, no, they just wouldn't be. No,
like the more I think about it, I'm like more full of shit. I realize that it is.
Yeah, because a zombie, like I could see someone being comatose, right? Not comatose, catatonic, right?
Okay.
Or a zombie, like an individual is catatonic, and then there's a stimulus, and then they get rabid or some shit. I can see that,
like rabies and shit.
Yeah.
They come with a fucking spitting, foaming mouth and all that.
Yeah, I think that's what World War Z try to do.
That's kind of what they were going for.
You know what I'm saying? Like because when they weren't hearing shit, they were dormant. They were walking around, chilling. When they heard this shit, they started running.
Or like in I Am Legend.
But I Am Legend, shit? Those are vampires.
Oh,
they're not zombies.
They're not zombies?
They're vampires.
Oh, you're right, because they stay in the dark during the day.
No, not just because they stay in the dark, but they're actually vampires. Because they're conscious. If you see, remember when the alpha is like barking at them and shit.
You're right.
To hit his car and shit.
You're right.
They're vampires, bro. And then like this fool, remember when he goes to the fucking the warehouse and that fool captures one. He like puts the blood out. And the shit gets it in the trap and he fucking knocks it out with the butt of the rifle.
Oh yeah,
that was the I guess that was like one of the mates to the alpha. So when that fool had her in the fucking basement, that fool came after her and shit.
I remember now.
When the little boo thing back.
Like, take her.
He's like, I can save you.
That's why it sound like, it sound like just then. I just sound like the from another Will Smith. What? A little fucking cockroach, the cockroach alien from Men in Black.
I put my hands on my head.
Remember that shit? I put my hands on him on my head. Yeah, that was disgusting, bro. Ugh. I remember as a kid, that shit gave me nightmares, bro. Not nightmares, but it creeped me the fuck out.
I like that movie. For a while, that was my favorite movie.
No, it was a good one. My brother put me onto it too. Why? Oh.
Huh?
Why?
Recent events,
Uh-oh. Wait, what do you mean?
Oh, man.
Oh, Will Smith?
Will Smith, man.
Bro, you made me laugh like you don't want to. I love how furious doesn't want to speak on shit that's already out in the public. Like, who gives a fuck, bro? I heard supposed to be he takes it in the ass from Diddy, bro.
Oh, that's disgusting.
That's what I heard, bro.
That is disgusting.
I know, bro. I'm sorry. I know it's gay as fuck, but this is timeless talk. We don't censor shit, huh?
I ain't watching Men in Black no more, bro.
All right, man. So before we wrap up the episode, I was going to ask you before I have my nightcap too. Is there anything you want to add to that? I know we kind of vaguely spoke on what was really going on with this government speaking on it from what you watched and them talking about the UAVs, right? Is that what they're called now? UAVs?
UAPs, I believe.
UAVs. All right. Was there any questions that you had? Like now that you know that the government's kind of revealed what they wanted to tell us, do you think they're hiding anything else based off of what you were hearing? Do you think they were giving us the full story, or like you said, I know you kind of.
I think there's always something more to it.
Yeah,
you know, I would never believe that they're.
Well, you did say earlier too that you don't think they told us everything.
They're not going to be. They're never going to be all the way like transparent. They're going to give us what we need to know, or what they deem that we need to know. I don't think that,
or what they know they can't cover up.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to be. They're just going to be like, oh, we've been speaking to them. They're not going to say that shit.
No,
they're not gonna say that shit because
there's been communication that's been reached. That won't happen.
Like, I think this is for the at least they're fucking acknowledging it.
Yeah,
you know. So now,
for sure,
like it's not people just aren't just quacks anymore. You know. Oh, you're just you know talking out of your ass and shit. You know, it's just like
no, for sure. So. I agree. I mean, how much? You know, yeah, bro. I mean, that's pretty much in a nutshell what I was going to add to it. I think for sure that there is more. There always is going to be more, and I agree with you. They don't disclose everything. You kind of beat me to it. They don't disclose everything, man. They told us what they want us to know. There's absolutely more. If they made contact with them, they're not going to report that right away, unless we're in intimate danger. Like we can't cover this up. They're going to fucking look up and see it. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So until God forbid the day that happens, that's when we'll know, right? Everything else is happening. If there's communication at all, threats, whatever the case.
Yep.
I think we'll know when we know. And if you see it, I almost forgot. Before I end the episode, though, I'm going to share my experience that I was teasing at earlier. Remember? Mm-hmm. So, what happened with me was, I'll give you guys a quick story. Right? I was dropping my brother off at his ex-girlfriend's house. He's no longer with this woman. Will remain unnamed, obviously. So I went and I dropped him off at her house. And I remember driving home. This was in Palmdale, California, just so you guys have just an understanding backdrop where this happened and took place. I literally was leaving her house, right? I was back onto the main road. I was leaving the neighborhood, about to go on the main road. And from my viewpoint to turn onto Avenue R where I was at, it was in East Palmdale. I was able to see the mountains in the distance. And I see a bright green orb. Mind you guys, I'm fucking sober. I know what I'm seeing is not being, I wasn't tired. And trust me, I say this stuff because I was coherent as hell. Like I cannot stress to you guys, the listeners and viewers, furious, how coherent I was, bro. I want to really drive that point home. Like, I know you're like, damn,
like you weren't tripping out.
I really wasn't tripping out, bro. I was as sober as can be, as coherent as can be, not tired, wide awake, had energy. You know what I mean? As a matter of fact, I had just drank an energy drink. Those are garbage. I don't drink them anymore. But anyway, I drank one back then, and I was good. I was up. I was awake. You get the point. Completely coherent. Bright green orb comes down, bro. And it's moving not super fast and not super slow. But it was moving pretty quick. Like almost it could be mistaken for a meteorite. And that might have been what it was. But it was bright green, bro. It looked like motherfucking Green Lantern was flying down from space into the planet. I mean, bright green, bro. Like bright. It wasn't like a little bit of red in there and, you know, something that might have been a comet, right? Because then people will always shut it down with, oh, well, that was a comet. Like, that was a comet, right. You know? Or that was a meteorite. That was some shit from space that burnt up in the atmosphere, what you saw.
Right.
No, bro, that shit came down and disappeared behind the mountains. Either behind the mountains or within the mountains. You know what I mean? Like maybe from my peripheral, my vision, you know, preference, my perception.
Right.
My depth perception was off because obviously I'm on fucking land level. I don't know if that shit landed between the mountains, behind the mountains. Point is that shit went down and disappeared. What the fuck was that? I don't know. That is the only experience to this day, bro. And I've seen other weird shit. Like I saw something floating one time and just take off. I don't know what the shit that was.
UFO.
Basically. Were these aircrafts with beings on them? Probably. Who knows, bro? Like you said, we won't fucking know. Right. Unless you have an actual experience. I don't know what that was. What do you think it was, bro? So I share that with you guys and with Furious. Really, I share it with Furious right now to kind of get your take on it. What do you fuck do you think that was that I was looking at? What do you really think that was? What do you think UFOs are? Do you think that do you think a UFO is a craft of an aircraft, or do you think it's a being? Do you think it's an actual fucking entity, like both. Just flying around and shit?
Both. It could be both, or it could be, it could be one. So I think
where do they go?
It could either be both.
Where do they stay? You know,
it could be the entity in the craft, or it could be like an automated craft.
Yeah, controlled by something else somewhere else, right?
But yeah, that's my belief with that. Why? What's up?
That particular object that I saw, though, what do you think it was?
UFO.
Okay, I know that, but I'm saying, like, do you think it was a sentient one or a controlled one, like a vehicle, or
who knows, bro?
Yeah, that's true. You don't know. I just want to know, but what you generally, if you saw that with your own eyes, the way I described it, would you think it was sentient or a fucking or a craft? It could have been either one. Honestly,
I wouldn't say that it was necessarily sentient.
Because from my distance, it looked like an orb. But sorry, go ahead.
I wouldn't say that it's sentient necessarily, but I would just say that it's just unusual.
Well, I agree. That is fucking unusual.
You never, bro. They could have a fucking joystick up there.
Yeah, that's true.
Usually shit.
That's true. Like, he thinks it's that. Who knows?
The humans believe
we fuck with them
being flown by a living being,
or it is a living being. Why do you make them sound like that, bro? For all I know, they sound like us right now. They're bullshitting like we are.
That's just probably like.
It's in them, and their language. They start laughing and shit. Like, oh fuck, you think these creatures laugh too, bro? Fucking A, they laugh too like us.
The fucking aliens, man.
They're gonna come get us if we don't hurry up and get the fuck out of here pretty soon. I'm just kidding. I'm just fucking around. Imagine they're waiting outside.
Hey, as long as I get some powers, man.
Do something, right? Something positive for us.
Give me like a fucking, give me an ability.
Okay? An ability that I don't really already have on my own.
Let me be psychic or some shit.
That'd be cool.
Read minds.
Something different, yeah. Something like that's tangible that you could use.
You know what I'm saying? I'll get abducted for like a day. You know what I mean?
What do you think this probing shit came from? That's not my question.
I don't know about that. Hell
That's not my question, but the probing shit, like, where did that fucking originate? Up the ass? Like, why, bro? There's a cavity that they had to go for first? I mean, there's not a lot of options.
Who knows? I mean,
let's say, well, bro, it's either down your throat or up your ass. So which one do you?
I don't know how to answer that, bro. Who knows, man? Maybe the person who did have the actual experience, maybe that's what happened. Maybe it really happened.
Gay. And the alien's like, well, you make the choice. Up your ass or down your throat. It's okay. Anyway,
downloading data.
Like, how about you don't probe? How about you don't probe shit, asshole? How about you just interview me, you motherfucker? I'll tell you shit. You tell me shit.
Downloading response through.
I would try to bargain.
Receptacle.
Bro, I would try to bargain with the alien. You know, I'd tell him, I'm like, look, dude,
bargain unacceptable.
I'm like.
Rejected.
Like, fuck you, man.
Probing like, immediately.
No, bro. You know
probing.
What I'm saying? Bro, you I'm like, look,
information
man.
Extracted and consolidated, analyzed.
Yep. He would have stopped.
Human is scared.
Stopped listening to me a long time ago. That's what he would say. Like, I stopped listening to you a long time ago. We would get the information one way or another.
Right.
Bro, because I'm saying, like, I would try to bargain with him, like, hey, man, how about we have a back and forth? Like, I'll give you some information. You tell me some shit I don't know about you, and then vice versa. You know what I mean? I would try to make it make sense somehow. But like you said, or he'd be like, fuck you. I'm not telling you shit. I'm just going to extract the information from you. Anyway, okay, so I digress. Anyway, to the last question I have for you, Furious. I just told you about one of my personal accounts. Mm-hmm. Have you had any yourself that you're willing to share with me, the viewers and the listeners?
Personal account.
That you've seen, witnessed, or believe, but really that you've witnessed and seen yourself.
As far as aliens go,
and experienced, no? You never seen anything either?
Aliens, no. Mm-mm.
No UFOs either? Or UAVs?
Nope.
Or UVAs?
Aliens, no. I've just seen what's it called? Shooting stars. That's it. I've never seen a UFO ever.
So the color of a shooting star isn't alarming, right? But like a bright green fucking orb, that's not a shooting star, right? So, would you agree? So that alarmed me because that's not what a normal meteorite would look like, right?
I think but honestly, an orb of any kind would alarm me. An orb.
Fuck yeah.
An orb, because an orb is not a comet. It's not a shooting star. It's an orb.
Well, it looked like one. So if you can imagine a bright green look, it had just like essence.
Did it have a trail?
So it was kind of like, this is a great example right here. You can't see it. It's off camera. So it was like this, but imagine another circle around it, like another. Okay, but it wasn't. I couldn't tell it was a physical circle. You could see the light of a circle.
So
whatever
like
energy
that,
source in the middle, it projected a circle around it with the middle part looking like that.
Something like that, I would be alarmed by. You know.
Thank you. And it was that fucking green. Yeah. See how green that is? It was like that, bro.
Yeah, something like that.
Fucking green like that, like Hulk green and shit. Like he just fell out of the sky.
Yeah, for sure. Like, like something like that, like for sure.
Yeah, bro. So I don't know.
You know, but you'll never know, bro.
I wish it was closer. I couldn't drive to it. I mean, that shit was, you know what I mean, out there in the mountains. Like, who knows, bro? You would have had to been out there to see. Right there, you know, present with on a camping trip. I would imagine you're in the mountains. You know, you get the point. All right, guys. Well, it's that time. It's always been a great another episode of A Timeless Talk. We discussed some conspiracies today. We talked about, as a quick little recap for you, obviously, you know, we just discussed the situation with UAVs, UFOs, right? And then we also discussed the astral projections, if that's any reality to it. So, you know, check us out if you guys are listening to us, check us out on YouTube. Everything uploaded there. We do have to update our page on Rumble. It's been a while since we uploaded there. We've had some issues with Rumble. I'm getting that all sorted out. But Rumble is going to have updated episodes on it pretty soon. Right now, YouTube has everything. So if you enjoy visuals, which usually has its perks, sometimes we eat hot shit. Sometimes we do some entertaining, funny shit for y'all to actually see. But again, shout out to all our listeners as well. I want to give you guys some love just as much as I'm always giving love to YouTube. I want to give love to our listeners on Spotify. You guys are the best. You guys give us our most numbers. The highest numbers are coming from Spotify. So thank you for fucking with us and rocking with us, guys. Those times are a little more spread out now. Furious. It's not always just in the morning now. It's the afternoon and early evening that people listen to us before they go out partying and shit. So, hey, thank you for making us part of your Friday night before you go hit the club or whatever the fuck it is you do out there. Just be safe while you do it. We appreciate you guys here on Timeless Talk. Furious, you got anything you want to leave with them with before I hit my last few notes here?
Hey, just stay safe out there. That's it.
Yeah. And hey, look up at the sky. You might see a UFO. Just look up and be aware of your surroundings always. That's my advice to you too, man. Right?
Yeah.
But shit, man, with that being said, this has been Timeless Talk. We'll see you guys next week. Peace.